welcome back to StoneMagpie. My name's Suzanne and I am currently working on this diamond painting from Spell Queen. So thank you for joining me today for this WIP and Chat. You may have seen the previous video where I completed the moon and the star and we all made a wish. Fingers crossed that our wishes come true for the new year. So I'm going to get you a view of what I've diamond painted so far and we'll take it from there. Here is what I've been working on, and firstly I cannot ignore the fact that this area, look at that, so many of those number 9 ABs, the mermaidy bluey green colour. I really did wonder whether they'd charted it wrong, and I was thinking maybe it should look a bit more like this. But I do think that's right when you look at the details amongst it. Loads and loads of them there. That isn't my favourite area, however. Of course, the moon will be my favourite and that beautiful little star. But look at this tree here. I love the way that they've done that. I think it's because of the deep dark blue and then the stars and the sprinkling of ABs around. I do think I prefer the sprinkling rather than this dense area here. The moon's forgiven because, you know, that's all AB apart from little patches of the pink in the moon. So yeah, that's where I've got up to. I've done loads, haven't I? And we're just about to reach this area where the elephant starts. I did do some of the background in preparation and we've got some of the tree here to complete as well. We'll see how much we get done because I am trying to work in sections as I go along. Okay, so now I've got a closer up view for you, and I did have a comment on the other video about my hand sticking to the sticky surface, which I agree it was. Slightly sometimes. I was so aware of this plastic crinkling all the time if I laid my hand on it. It was suggested that I purchase some release papers, which I've never used before because I didn't really see why I would ever change to release papers. I have now ordered some for this reason. If ever I'm working on an area, I can then put release papers on. The viewer mentioned that she'd had an issue with it when she was sticking her hand to the canvas and it had damaged it. I've never had that problem, but I've taken her comment on board and thought, well, yes, I'll order some release papers and see how I get on. They've not arrived as yet, so what I've done, I've put my protective layer over the bit I'm not going to be working on just yet. And to stop that noise, because I don't want your ears to be crinkling with it all the time, I'm going to lay my kitchen roll over the top. I usually do have this with me to be able to dab off the pink wax. So I'm just going to try and rest my arm on this today. Right, okay, we're going to start, I think, with the girls' legs today. So we're going to start with the Y symbol, and I will be using my multi-placer. I did, in this area where all of these ABs are, use this multi-placer quite a bit, and what I found was they weren't lining up as well with the bigger head. I'm not sure if that's the way I was doing it or whether it was the tray or the diamonds. So I'm sticking with this little one here. Oh, as well, I've got a little bit of junk in the end, but hopefully it won't affect the pickup. This is my tray so far. Not all of these are junk diamonds. They've just spilt or I've picked them up off the table and whatever. But you can see here, this is the dark blue colour, had quite a lot of junk in it. That's the end of the pack because I finished one bag full. Okay, let's get going. And I hope you're all working on a diamond painting yourselves. Oh, at this point though, straight away, I want to say a get well soon to Anthea. Poor Anthea broke her arm before Christmas and was in hospital, and unfortunately she's encountered some nerve damage, so she's not able to diamond paint. So I'm sending my love and healing wishes to you, Anthea, and hope that you make a full recovery as quickly as you can. You did mention 6 months to me. Bless you. 6 months not being able to diamond paint. Oh, I mean, I did make a little joke and say I recommend left-handed diamond painting. But, you know, I think it would be hard to do one-handed, no matter which hand you tend to work with normally. Imagine, because, I mean, I'm holding the tray with one hand and diamond painting with the other. So it does sound like 6 months out for Anthea there. So, gosh, I don't quite know what I would do with 6 months not diamond painting, to be honest. Wow. So, sending your love. Anyway, as I was saying, I hope the majority of you are all well and fine and able to diamond paint along with me. I do love that when I think that people are painting along with me. And remember, I do love to know what you're working on, so don't be shy, leave me comments and let me know. I've got the house to myself at the moment, well, apart from Monty, so if you hear Monty barking, then... but yes, the boys have gone out, and I am waiting for my online shopping to arrive, the food shop, the weekly food shop. So I may have to break off if that arrives. And it did get me thinking how much our shopping habits have changed throughout the years. I live in a village, so we've got a post office that do sell little bits and bobs, but you wouldn't be able to do your full week's food shop there. So I order online because, oh, I should be using my claw for this bit. Because I cannot bear going into a supermarket, getting one of those trolleys, going around, choosing what I want, putting it in the trolley, getting to the checkout, taking it out of the trolley, then bagging it up and putting it back in the trolley. Oh, I just think, oh my goodness, can't be bothered. Does that make me really lazy? I don't know. I'd rather pay £6 a month and have somebody go and do my shopping for me and bring it. So, yeah, that's the way I food shop. I know some people like to go and squeeze melons and whatever. I'm not bothered. Just bring me it, it's fine. Although doing that, you do end up with getting some quite interesting substitutes when the product that you've actually picked isn't in stock. It can be quite amusing. So I ordered Ben a birthday cake in December from the online shopping. It was a beautiful pink strawberries and creams with alcohol in it. And they didn't have it in stock, and they substituted it with a cake, thankfully, because sometimes it might not have even been a cake. But unfortunately it was a toffee cake, and my son can't abide caramel toffee or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know quite how he's a son of mine, but there we are. So I had to reject that and go out and find one. It's like, oh, got to go and find him a cake. I could have baked one, I suppose, but to be honest, I think he'd rather me buy one. So there we are. But sometimes the substitutes, I can't even think of an example, but they have been very wacky sometimes. If I think of an example while I'm diamond painting, I will let you know, because they have been shocking. Oh dear. There we are. Right. So I've done her legs. I'm not quite, oh, I think we're on to the elephant here. I think I've just done his tusks without realising what I was doing. I was too busy nattering away. I feel like I haven't talked to you properly for ages. Absolute ages. It's such a treat to be off work and being able to do a whip and chat with you guys. Any Christmas stories to tell me? We've had, well, obviously Christmas Day we had family round, and I was cooking for that. It was really enjoyable. We played card games, etc. Really lovely. But apart from that, we've had quite a quiet one. My husband is in a band and he was out for New Year's Eve. I decided not to go, so I was in with Ben, my son, which was lovely. So yeah, quite a quiet one for me. Nice to just be able to, you know, rest really. So there we are. Let me know if you've got any Christmas stories. I know that I am quite demanding when I talk about let me know this and let me know that. It's just I am genuinely interested in what my viewers get up to when they're not watching the channel. I'm nosy, so nosy. You know that by now. I love hearing about what you're all up to. I'm going to try and squeeze that under there. I do think about some of my viewers, you know, when I'm not diamond painting and things, because some of you have been with me a while now, and I think, oh, I wonder what they're doing today, or is that weird? I don't know. But anyway, I get used to hearing from you, and then so I need to get more videos out so that you'll comment and let me know what you're up to. I suppose it's because I've not got hundreds and thousands of comments and things like that that I'm able to do that at the moment. As the channel hopefully grows, might not be able to do so, but yeah. Right, so a little elephant here. There we go. I do love these Spell Queen kits, you know. I know that Irene's working on a Spell Queen kit at the moment. She let me know. I don't know what the picture is of as I'm recording this, but she'll be knowing what I mean when I say this is just lovely to work on. Really enjoying it. And you know, I don't do rounds that often. If you watch my channel, you probably realise that now. And I'm enjoying rounds with this one. I did do a round, the sun and the moon was a round one that I did in the lounge. This one's a little bit big to put on my tray on my knee. So I'm doing it in the conservatory. But in the UK, wow, we've had a really mild time of it so far. So I am not wrapped in my blanket like I was when I was finishing off the Crystal of Enchantment picture. If you saw that, I was tightly wrapped with a blanket around me, around my knees to keep me warm, because it did get cold. And now it's changed again. Sun's shining today. Beautiful. We are. I love this greeny colour. It's like a oh, how can you? It's turquoisey, but it's greener than a turquoise, because turquoise tends to be a bit bluier than this. It's a beautiful colour, a bit like a sea green turquoise. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely to be right by the sea now? with a cocktail and an umbrella in it. Feels so long since we've travelled abroad. Obviously it's tricky at the moment, isn't it, with all the changes. So you can see here with this, we're doing the O symbol at the moment. You can see already there's some teeny weeny little circly diamonds there. So I am getting a little bit of junk in here, but it's not too onerous. It's not that dusty that, you know, you can't use the diamonds straight away. You know, and there's no static in them whatsoever. I am struggling a little bit with the pink wax though. It tends to be sticking to the diamonds really well, and if I'm wiping it away like I usually do, then it's going into the gaps, because I'm used to doing squares. So I think it might be because I've got a fresher pink wax here, whereas before I was using my really insipid, very pale pink wax, and I don't know if that's the difference. That it seems to pull out of the diamond pen a lot easier. Not sure, but hence kitchen roll helps with that, because I keep wiping the end on it. But then you need it so that you can pick up the diamonds really well. So, anyway, so what I found is if the pink wax is going into the gaps, I'm using these tweezers. And I'm just going in, and don't know if you saw that there was a bit of pink wax stuck, and I'm just sort of picking it up a little bit if I notice it. I'm not going to be too finicky, you know, I can be finicky, but I'm not going to obsess over it. I'm remembering, I think it might have been Anthea said, remember Mary Poppins, although she was perfectly perfect in every way. And I'm trying not to be perfectly perfect in every way, because it's a stressful thing to try and be absolutely perfect in every way. It's not a resolution, because, you know what they're like. If you make a resolution, usually you fail within the first few days, or, you know, it puts its own pressures on. So I don't make any New Year resolutions. Try my best, that's it. And that's not a resolution, that's just what I'm like. Try my best. Is that all that we can hope for, to try our best at all things? Now I can hear Monty barking. I wonder if that's my shopping arriving. We'll see if we get the doorbell, because he might just be saying hello to a passerby, one of the neighbours or whatever. Going to pick an H out of the box and fill that gap. Right, let's do anchors next. Such a cute little symbol, this anchor. Okay, I'll multi-place first and then fill in any gaps I've got. And as you can see, I'm going vertically and horizontally, however I feel like it. Or whichever way the diamonds seem to dictate it should be done. Oh, I just love diamond painting so much. I can't tell you how much I love it. It's just, I think when people don't diamond paint, they don't get it, do they? They don't get just how relaxing it is to switch off, use all of these beautiful colours. And it's a craft that, because you don't really have to think, you have to think a little bit, but you don't really have to think about what you're creating. I think that's why you can switch off from it so easily. And unless you do diamond paint, you don't understand it. You don't understand what the relaxation part of it is. I'm just so pleased to have found it. I'm trying to think how long ago now. I've kind of lost track of time when I started diamond painting. Did I start last year or the year before? I think it was the year before. I think it was during the first lockdown. I was looking for something to work on, and of course I was on the Amazon site, because that is the font of everything, isn't it, to get some ideas. And I might have been looking at like sequin art or something. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, this diamond painting thing popped up. We were looking for my son as well to do something, because he was back at home. And it's like, what on earth is diamond painting? So we bought a kit and it arrived, and my son was doing it. Gosh, this elephant's very dark grey. Surprised he is that dark. Anyway, sorry. So we bought a kit for my son to do, which was a little tree. And he loved it, really loved it. And I was watching him and I thought, you know, I think I'd like this as well. So I bought myself a kit and never looked back. So it's kind of become my thing. He won't do it anymore. He's like, no, diamond painting, rah. So, but yeah, it set me off on something that I never would have thought in a million years that I would do a YouTube channel. Never. And I'm like, yeah, I got a YouTube channel and it's really good fun. A way of sharing this amazing craft with like-minded people who are so lovely. I am so lucky with my viewers. So thank you, everybody. I've said it many, many times that I really do appreciate you, and I really, really do. I just think it's such a great community. Hence why I do put some posts on the community tab. Feel free to look at that as you will. And if anybody would like to show their diamond paintings that they're working on at the moment, you can do. What you do is go to Facebook, find my StoneMagpie page and send me a message there with a photo, and I will take it from there and load it onto the community tab. It's a shame that the community tab doesn't allow people to just post their own photos, but seems not. So that's the way to do it at the moment. I'm so sorry about Monty. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm going to go and check what he's up to. Sorry about that. It was the shopping arriving and he was going crazy. So shopping's arrived, all put away, no weird substitutes, all is good. And I also changed the camera angle ready for the next bit and made a cup of tea. Cheers everybody. I hope you've got a nice drink with you too. Have a little slurp and on we go. Can't remember now what I talked about. Completely forgotten where I was with what I was saying. So, yeah, I don't know. But going back to shopping and the changes of habits that we had. When I was small, Mum didn't drive. She lived in a town, so she used to walk to, I won't say a brand name, but the shop to get tea probably every day, if not every other day, instead of doing like a big weekly shop that I tend to do. And it's made me wonder actually about whether, I suppose if I lived in a town, I think it would be quite nice to... Oh, there's a bit of junk on the canvas. Just a moment, sorry about that. Look, can you see that? Just picked up that little bit. Don't know where it's gone now. Anyway, I suppose it's with working though as well. When you're working full time, I suppose it's easy to think, what I'm thinking is, I plan like the weekly shop. It's not a great job. You do lose inspiration, don't you? If you do a weekly shop, you're like, oh, you tend to get the same things week in, week out. So in some ways, it would be nice to do where you go to the shop and you think, oh, that looks nice. I'll have that today. And then you go back the next day, oh, well, yes, I'll try this today, rather than plan it all out, which is what Mum used to do. She used to go to the shop and probably see what was on offer, I don't know. Yeah, that'll do. That's on offer, they can have that for tea. So there is something to be said for that. It's just the whole massive trolley thing that, oh, I can't abide it. Taking it all in and out and all of that faff. So I find that interesting. And also, when I was very, very little, going back a long time now, they used to do, like, the baker used to do deliveries in his van. Oh, I remember it so clearly. He'd roll up to the street, and this is in the north of England. And the neighbours would come out and you'd go into the back of his van. Oh God, it sounds really dodgy. I promise you it wasn't. In the back of his van, there were like shelves with cakes and bread on. And you used to go into the van and choose what you'd like. You know, a bit like a online shop really, but he drove around the neighbourhoods. And I remember when the baker's van came and we used to get the most mahoosive show buns. You know, they used to call them elephant's feet. Oh, elephants, you see. Big shoe buns like, oh. And I know my hands were probably smaller then, but they were huge. So huge. Delicious. So, yeah, that was another way of shopping. And when I lived in a different village to where I live now, they did something quite similar with the fruit van. The local farmer had a van and he would roll up to the church car park and you'd go down and buy some fruit and veg from him. Quite a similar idea, that. And, you know, I like things like that. It's just the big trolley shop. No, can't be bothered. There. Let's do these zeros here, or O's I should say, not zeros. Just heard Monty bark again. Honestly, he's so unsettled at the moment. I've told him we'll give him back to the goblins if he carries on. He doesn't understand, so don't worry. He just looks at me as if to say, go on then. Yeah, no, he's been really unsettled, bless him. He normally goes to work with my husband during the days, apart from weekends, of course. And because he's not been, I just think he's just not right. But luckily, we didn't have many fireworks on New Year because I was worried about it. I was like, oh, you know, when you've got animals, fireworks can be a little bit difficult sometimes. But yeah, didn't really have any, so that was a blessing. And with Monty, I don't know if this is the same with any other animals, but if he's in the house, it really bothers him hearing the fireworks, and he gets, you know, he barks. But if I take him out and the fireworks are going on, he's absolutely fine. Doesn't care. It's just like, yeah, I'm outside. He doesn't even look at them. Nothing, not the bangs or anything, don't faze him if he's outside. But of course, I can't put him outside all night when there's fireworks going on. So, yeah, it can be tricky around this time of year, but got away with it this year. Yay! Okay, I'm just doing these few out of a pot around here because when there's only 1, 2, 3, something like that, I'll just do it out of the pot. It's quicker than pouring them into the tray, etc. Okay, I think I'm going to go onto the dollar sign. Bring my kitchen roll here. It's this very, I'm surprised that the elephant is so darker grey. I thought he was going to be like a silvery grey. Maybe he's going to be silver on another part of him. I'm just trying to get back into the multi-placing because I've had a little break from it. That's better. Oh, I know why, because I've put some hand cream on, so my pen is slipping a little bit. Let me see if I can wipe my hands on my jeans. See if I can get, let's put the gripper down here as well. Might help. Okay. These are a bit too far away for me to see it. So am I on camera when I'm up here? I think so. They're just a little bit too far away, but hopefully I'll get them okay in place. Yeah, that happened when I was doing the moon. Couldn't really quite see very well where I was going, but anyway, it turned out okay. Right, just shifting my position, and I'll do some multi-placing and come back to any singles if I don't pop them in. Might need to. So I think some of you have heard me mention that I started a new job in December. I mean, not really the best time to start a new job, is it? Just before Christmas. I'm just getting into the swing of it, and then we finished for quite a few days. But yes, it's going well. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying being out of the house again. I do miss doing so much diamond painting, I must admit. But you know, getting paid for my work is lovely, of course, which was very useful coming up to Christmas. So yeah, it's going well. Lots to learn. So I was getting quite tired before Christmas with everything, and I believe that there's a new lady starting in January who I'm sharing an office with, so that'll be nice as well, meeting new people. So because, you know, we love diamond painting, but it doesn't give us an income, does it? So it's right, do I diamond paint and not earn any money, or do I earn some money to buy diamond paintings? Funny. So now I've got less time, more money, rather than less money, more time. But don't worry, guys, I am going to keep my channel going as much as I can. There just might not be as many WIP and Chats, and of course at the moment I'm not doing a Josephine Wall picture. I decided that anyway when it got really cold. I definitely will do another one, believe you me, I will. I love them so much. Oh yes, and I haven't looked at getting a frame for my Crystal of Enchantment yet. But I will do, because the frame that I chose arrived broken. You might have seen that on my community page, on the community tab. Anyway, I think it was just far too flimsy a frame, because I wanted to try and get a cheaper frame to show you what they would be like. Well, my advice is not good enough. It wasn't strong enough for that size of picture, because the Crystal of Enchantment is something like 90 by 69 centimetres. So I'm just going to have a little cheers. So once I took out the acrylic sheet and the backing board, one of the corners was already damaged at that point, and we were trying to fix it because we thought, you know, maybe we'd be able to put some sort of bracket on it or something to hold it together. It wasn't real wood, so we were trying to just strengthen it with something, and it just all fell apart, just collapsed. I did get a refund from that I bought it on eBay. And it's a shame because the style of the frame was so good. I loved it. Just not strong enough. So I would definitely buy the frame again if it was a smaller picture. And I'm talking about maybe a 30 by 40. I don't think I would buy any bigger than that because it was just too flimsy. Sorry, I'm just trying to straighten all these out. There we are. So yes, I still need to find a frame, and I think I'll go back to the place where I got the Libra frame from, but I won't get a mount for her. I think I'll just frame it without, and then you'll be able to see the difference doing it that way. And if I do that, I'll record how I select the size and things like that. So that could be another video coming up for you. When I get chance. I've got so many ideas, and especially having this bit of time off, you know, the ideas have just not stopped coming to me. So I'm writing myself a list of what I'd like to do, and I will try and do it in some sort of order. So there will be things coming up, and sometimes it may not be diamond painting. We'll see. Oh, did you see my Lego video? Ooh, that was a bit different, wasn't it? Oh, I can't tell you. If you've not seen it, then I will link it up here into that area there. Oh, I can't tell you how annoyed I was when it first arrived. I was really quite grumpy about it. I was like, I am not doing this, send it back. I was so cross. And that was really just with the cost and, you know. Anyway, I won't give too much away. Just watch the video. Oh, and in that video, my very clever husband did a recording for me because, of course, it's Beatles Lego. And I really, really wanted to use a Beatles song for the background music as I was time-lapsing it. But of course, you know, there's no Beatles song without copyright, of course. So I said to my husband, I'm really struggling because, you know, I want a nice sound for the backing. And he was like, oh, I'll see if I can write something that sounds fairly Beatley. And so off he went upstairs with his guitar, and lo and behold, I did go up while he was recording, because we've got like an upstairs, it's a bit like an office, but he does some music recording up there, and it sounds a lot more posher than what it is. It's just basically got, well, I suppose, you know, he can record up there. Yes, so I went up to speak to him, and he was recording, and he was singing the backing to the song, and I was like, not sure if I like that, because it was a bit like ba 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 ba, something like that. And I was like, can't we have it something like stone, 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 stone? So left him to it, you know, after him scowling at me a little bit. And then he came down, and it wasn't that much longer later, and he was like, right, it's ready. What do you think? Have a listen. I had a listen, and I'm so thrilled with it. I think it's quite funny having the stone, 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 magpie. So if you haven't watched that video, watch it, even if it's just for the song. Oh, bless him. I really did appreciate him doing that for me. It was just perfect for that video. And I might use it on other ones because, you know, it's my song now. StoneMagpie song. You never know. Might be able to hire him out if any YouTubers need some music doing. You can always send me a comment or message me if you'd like to discuss it with him. Right, we're on to ABs for this area here. Sorry, I need another slurp. Cheers. Oh, that was a big slurp. Very, very lovely. Okay, I'm trying to open the baggie. Here we are. There are so many of these ABs in this picture. I mean, I wondered whether the other side that I showed you at the beginning was a bit too much. Like I say, I wondered whether they'd made a mistake in the charting. I don't think they have now. Is a lot too much? Can you ever have too much of a good thing? What do you think? See, I like it when they're spread around like this and it's like, ooh, little twinkles everywhere. That's my favourite. So I was a little bit like, maybe I should take some of them out, but I'm not going to. You know, I get these ideas and then I look at it and think, actually, they know what they're doing when they chart these pictures. These designers and diamond painting manufacturers absolutely know their stuff, don't they? They are so clever. I'd actually quite like to have a go of that. See what sort of a job I'd make at creating a diamond painting. I know that I have done my own through the pixel stitch. Again, that is another video if you would like to create your own chart, to use up leftover diamonds or to purchase your own diamonds separately rather than buying a kit and using your own photographs. I mean, that's a very, very personal thing to do, especially as gifts. I think the people who receive those would be thrilled. Oops. Yeah, but you know, to be able to go to a diamond painting manufacturer's, oh, it would be fab. Oh, that would be, oh, I want to do that if anybody's watching. Please invite me along. I would love to do that, and I could film it for my channel. That would be amazing. Even just going to there, never mind designing my own. Wouldn't it be interesting? Oh, I really want to do that now. Oh. Ooh, where could I go? Beverly Hills? Oh, yes, please. Anywhere. I'm up for it. So, let's get these little pieces in. Again, I'm using my claw because it's got a plastic end. I'm still not as fast with this than I am with my usual diamond pen. But I do love it. I love the thicker handle on it. It's the only, well, I didn't even buy this, I was gifted it, so very, very kindly. So I might well treat myself to another one at some point. I have seen some amazing diamond pens, both on Facebook groups, you know, where people post what they've got and things, and on some of the YouTube channels. So I think I might have to. I always said that I would only use things that came in a kit, because I wanted to show people that you don't have to spend a fortune when you first start diamond painting. And I think it's important that people know that, because some crafts you end up having to spend hundreds of pounds just to have a go at something. I can see a bit of junk in there. Can you see, where is it? Here. You might not be able to see because it's dark blue, but right here there is a dark blue piece of junk. See if I can lift it out. There it is. So get rid of that, pop it in my junk tray. Little sneaky bit there. Yes, I thought it was important to show that you don't need to spend a fortune to get started diamond painting. Really, well, actually, if you buy a kit from Spell Queen, you get this storage in with the toolkit for 12 colours. I mean, that is amazing. I was really, really blown away by their toolkit. But if it's a basic diamond kit, you only need that and a little bit of storage for your diamonds. And really, if they probably won't come in these packs, though, will they? If it's a very cheap basic kit. Bit of storage. So what would you say? £15 for a bit of storage plus a kit, and that's it. Really, you don't need any more than that. And if there are, you know, not that many colours, you could even just use bowls. You wouldn't need storage to have a go. Get going with it. Try it. Honestly, I'm sure you won't look back. Ooh. Right, let's do these few Fs. And swirls. And then we'll go into the tree section. Or should I do the M's? I'll open up the other section because there are a sprinkling of M's there too. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the cover back on there. I do keep covering up the areas that I have finished with as I go along, and that's really just so that no muck and dust and whatever goes into these gaps here as I'm working on it. So I do keep using that protective cover. So if I move it along, you'll see I've covered this area back up again now while I work on here. Right, where shall I start? Ooh, now then. I'm torn. I think I'll do the Fs. I want to do the tree so you can see it, and it might mean that I leave these. We'll see how we get on with the time. Right, just going to move my canvas down a bit. And I've done the Fs in that section, so I'll put that bit up. We'll start here. Sorry, I know that this protective layer is crinkling a little bit. Just pop those. These are a bit far away for me to see again. Oh, la, 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 la. It'll get better as I get closer. Right. Let's do the trunk. This tree trunk is so pretty with, they're like reds rather than browns. Not that there's anything wrong with brown, but oh, I just love colour. I talked at one time about doing like a colour course to see how colours affect you, because I do think it's so important having colour, and you know, they say if you wear red you feel confident and all of that sort of thing, and I never got a chance to do it, so I don't really have a lot of time to do that now. One day I still hope to find out more about that, because I think we're naturally drawn to certain colours. I wonder if it's the time of year, because I had my colour chart done a long time ago, where it was in, oh God, the late 80s. I know, I'm giving my age away again. In the late 80s, I worked for a company and they paid for me to go on this course. And it was to do with colour and how not how it affects you, but how different your skin tones can look and things like that, wearing different colours. I think it was called Colour Me Beautiful, and they put up different swatches up to your face to tell you what your natural leaning is for your skin tone, so what colours that you should really wear and things like that for your skin tones. And I came out as autumn, so I think I naturally lean towards the autumn colours. When I like green and reds. I do like all colours, but autumn colours in particular I really do like. And, you know, as you know, I'm Libra, I'm an autumn baby, so I wonder if there's something in it. Yeah, so this tree trunk is really pretty with this red. It's like a cranberry red. Ooh, cranberry. Did you have some cranberry sauce with your turkey at Christmas? Yummy, yummy. I did cranberry and a cheese sauce as well, because we had cauliflower, and we had cauliflower, sprouts, of course, love sprouts anyway, carrots and spinach as our veg on Christmas Day. So I made a cheese sauce. I bought the cranberry. So that was very, very delicious. Right, I'm doing pea next. Now I'll leave pea for now and we'll do these swirly bits. So I asked a question of American viewers a little while ago. Now then, I think it might have been during the Advent calendar, you know. I asked about Thanksgiving because watching Friends, which is one of my favourite sitcoms, they were doing a Thanksgiving dinner with some turkey. And I thought, okay, well, at Thanksgiving, do you have turkey then and Christmas? Because obviously watching other Christmas films, what did we watch this year? Oh, Christmas with the Cranks we watched. They seem to have turkey then as well. So do you have two lots of turkey in America? And on Thanksgiving, do you give gifts or not? Because you're giving thanks and you're having your family round, and is that sort of it? Or do you give gifts then as well? I don't really know a lot about it, and I'd like to know. So please, if you live in America and you know, can you let me know what the difference is? Thanksgiving, I know you have pumpkin pie, traditionally. I presume at Christmas you'll have the usual Christmas pudding. It just seems quite close together to do Thanksgiving and then Christmas straight after. Anyway, just me wondering. I wonder about the weirdest things, don't I? I really do. Oh, dear me. Okay, let's do the M's, because we've got a few here as well. See now, M is this is a browner, but it's still got a hint of purpley in it. Oh no, need that still. There's a K. I'm going to put that in before I continue, because I do find the K's on this canvas are really tricky to see. It's the one symbol that I found the hardest on this canvas. I think it's because it's quite a dark blue background, and they've done the lettering in black. So when I see one, I try to fill it in if I can. Oh, I can see a swirl I've missed as well. Fill that swirl in. By the way, with this kitchen roll, I am making sure that it is not going onto the sticky surface, because it would stick fast. If that does ever happen to you, try just getting a bit of damp kitchen roll and wiping it off. Damp, not wet, and it might work. Or a baby wipe, maybe. That might be a little bit too astringent though. I would just use water and a bit of kitchen roll to try and get it off. But if we can avoid it, we will. Of course, you won't have to worry about the noise that the protective layer is creating if you're working without the release papers. There's another K. I'm going to do that one. I really like these whimsical trees. In fact, one of my favourite artists does, or used to do, whimsical trees with bits in. And I'm very lucky to have one of her original paintings, and it's a tree. It's like a very long painting, and it's a tree in the middle with these whimsical branches out either side, and she uses like 3D cutouts to create items and leaves in the trees, and it is so beautiful. I would show you it, but when we moved it got properly wrapped with the movers and we haven't put it back up on the wall, so it's still got its protective wrapping on it. And that artist's name is Kerry Darlington, if you've heard of her. If you haven't heard of her, look her up and you'll see the Tree of Life pictures, and that's, oh, I can see a K there, and that's one of which we are very fortunate to have. Okay, I'm just popping some K's in as I'm spotting them. Right, and I think that's the M done. Okay, let's do ends. Oh, I didn't need to put that back because it's, of course, right next to it. Now then, this might look black on screen, especially as it's now just started raining in the UK, so it's gone a bit duller. It might look black, but it's actually a very, very, very dark greeny colour. What colour is it? What number? Oh, it is black. It's a 310. In my light, it looks like a very dark, deep green, but it isn't. Oh, God. Maybe my eyes see different colours to other people. I'm not colourblind. Oh, there's another K. Just quickly pop that one in as well. Oh, that's funny. I know it looks black, but it's not. Well, it is. Oh, what am I like? Look, if you can't laugh at yourself, then, you know. That kind of reminded me of a RuPaul quote. If you can't love yourself, how the heck, or whatever he says, can you love anybody else? And that's true. If you can't laugh at yourself, then you can't laugh at life, can you? Right, I've missed an F. Pop that in. Boop. Oh, look, I quite like that design there with those going down there. Well, I think there's only a little splattering of you, so let's do you. Let's do you. You see, I love it. Just this bing pop of colour every now and again. I love it. Love, love, love. Right, let's do T, which is this purple here. There's only a few of those as well splattered about. But they make all the difference. There may just be one or two here and there, but it really does make a difference to the picture. You wouldn't have thought it, would you? You'd think, oh, why bother? Why bother just putting those in? Well, no, it works. Okay, I'm going to do H next, I think. Got a few around and one underneath this bit. Now I saw them. Where have they gone? Okay. One. and around here. I think that's it. Can you hear the rain on the roof now? Might just have one last slurp of tea. I'm sure it's still slightly warm. Oh, look, there's one L. Let's get that one in because that is a bright pop as well. Just one of these, sort of electric orange colours. And we'll get these Y's in as well. And then maybe we'll do number 8. What time am I on? Oh my goodness me, this is a long video. I'm going to do number 8 and I might do this and then we really must leave it here. I am so sorry for keeping you so long. Droning on I am. It's because I've not done one for a while. Oh, if you're still with me, then thank you so much. Oh dear. I maybe could have split this video into 2. I still might, you know, because I don't know. We'll see. It might be better for you if I split it into 2, like a part 1, part 2. Give you a bit of a break, for goodness sake. Right, that's number 8's done. Before I look at anything more and start going on and on and on and on and on like I have been, I'm going to do this bit. So number 1's, question mark. Gosh, it's really got quite dark here. Then the arrows, it's got so dark because the video's so long, it's night time. No. Oh no, it isn't really, it's just afternoon. Right, I'm going to do this P and they kind of go down there as well. And then I really, really, really have to stop. Oh, no, I need my claw. Okay. But what a pretty colour to finish on. Oh, it's lovely. So lovely. I'm going to multi-place and then go back to any that need filling in. Oh, you see, now this is what I like ABs for, picking out that little bit of detail. That's just a little bit of moonlight hitting that tree trunk. I love that. Just need to push those into place. Oh. Right, I am stopping there, everybody. Stopping there and saying thank you to each and every one of you for joining me today. Please do keep enjoying your own diamond painting, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.